Hey guys, I just went on a Disney cruise with my family and I did a Project Life spread using the June Hip Kit Project Life kit. And I just want to share this spread with you. It took me a long time because there were so many photos. But if you're looking for a video with embellishment ideas or decorating ideas, this is probably not for you because I did the minimal decorating because I just got so lazy. But this is more of a journal walkthrough. If you have been on a Disney cruise, this will probably bring back some memories, and if you haven't and want to go on it with your kids, it gives you a great overview of the ship. So here we go. It's gonna be a long one, I know it. So we arrived in Orlando July 31st. We wanted to take 2 or 3 days to stay at our favorite resort in Orlando and just spend a few days there. So we did, and this is upon arrival. That's my hubby checking in, and he's just being bored. I don't think he remembers what will be coming, but actually he did remember the resort because when we walked by this little grocery store, he pointed at it and he asked for ice cream, and I just couldn't believe that he remembered that he had ice cream there 3 months ago, and he was only like, he was almost 2, and I just didn't know they have memories like that. And so as soon as we got there, we jumped into the pool. This is their splash pad. It's the best just ever. Lots of photos of him playing in the water, so be ready for that. And I took a picture of our room. That's when they what is that called when they, oh yeah, they turn over your bed? No, turn down your, okay, I don't know that term that they use. They get you ready for bed, and it just looks so comfy. And they have the best lazy river ever. I don't swim, and I don't like any water related things because I don't know, I don't swim and I get scared, but I actually use the lazy river and I miss it now. And that was at night. The weather was just so perfect at night, and that's him. I'm at, and my hubby just in the river. And then next page, I don't know why, but people, I guess they were just all at dinner, but we had the whole splash pad to ourselves that night. It was just perfect. The weather was perfect, and he had the whole thing to himself, and there was no sun, so that was great. This was actually a picture in the afternoon when my son was so passed out because he was so tired, and even when we tried to wake him up, it was 6 p.m. We had to go to dinner, so we tried to wake him up from his nap, and my husband held him, and he was still asleep. It's hilarious. So that's our room key. This is the place that had the gelato, the little grocery store they had in there. Their gelato is just epic, and that's the name of their little grocery store, and that's the ice cream that he had as soon as we arrived. So these are just more photos of us playing. That's me. We literally had the whole place to ourselves. It's crazy. Someone is trying to escape. Oh no, this is coming loose. And then I think this is moving on to the next day. We just explored the resort. The resort is huge. It's so child friendly. Every family there is with a baby or child. So you don't really have to care about, you know, if your child is running around or whatever. And there's no lack of activities for kids. This whole thing is like a child activity center, but we're too young obviously, but you can just drop your kids off, and you as parents can just relax. And he is throwing some stuff in this hole, and he's playing, what is that game? Othello? but this is a giant one with his dad, and playing on the pool table. And this is him. You can't really tell, but kids are playing ping pong, and he just decided to join the game. And the kids were just looking at him like, hello, you can leave now. Oh, another picture of the lazy river. I'm not going to explain the embellishment because all the cards are from the kit. And this is us having breakfast. They have the best breakfast in the world, can I say? This is them going down Lazy River. I know I have a lot of pictures, but can't get enough of that night. It was just perfect, everything. Their food is just, you cannot, just not one thing wrong with their food. Okay, moving on. Okay, so I think those were 3 days, and then we did not take the plane to go to the port of the cruise, but this was just the pictures when we're on the plane, and that's him watching iPad. He's pretty good on the plane. Well, I have to say that he's a really good traveler, and that's why we don't mind traveling with him. Actually, in fact, we love it. Oh, just more pictures here. This is a card they give you for having, they have, I think twice a week they have a character breakfast where, you know, you have your breakfast and then Goofy and friends come around your table and take pictures with you and stuff. I think here I wrote about this was the turning point in his Disney adventure, because last time when we were there he was still super afraid of these characters. I think that's totally normal. A lot of small children are afraid of it because, you know, it's scary. It's big, everything's out of proportion, and you know, it's scary. So last time he was so freaked out. He wouldn't even want to go to breakfast, and he was always scared when he was sitting in his chair thinking someone might, or Mickey might sneak up on him. But this time it just all changed. It was only 4 months later, 3 months later maybe, yeah, 4 months later, and he was 23 months, so he was still young, but he just loved it. It all started when Minnie came up to us, and I said, okay, you don't have to take a picture with Minnie, but mom is gonna take a picture with Minnie. And then my husband held him up to Minnie and said, do you want to give Minnie a kiss? And he actually leaned over and gave Minnie a kiss, and then that was it. He took a picture with her, and then he went back to our table and he just kept asking for a mouse. And the whole trip he was just talking about the mouse. So yeah, lucky we went on our Disney cruise, because you'll see what we did. Yes. And oh, let's see. Okay, so this spread is supposed to be together with this spread. But let me just explain this one first. This was our room, and this is our view from the balcony. And I took a picture of them. I know my son is naked. He's naked a lot in the pictures, and sometimes I try to cover him when I do share photos, but I just really don't care. He can be naked if he wants to. He chooses to be. And here we're just roaming down the halls, and oh gosh. Okay, so this tube, I wish I had a better picture of it. It's all over the dock because it actually goes around the whole ship. It's a water slide, and it goes around the whole ship, and a part of it actually goes out of the ship. So you're pretty much in the middle of the ocean. Being scared of the water person that I am, I actually went on that ride. I'm so proud of myself, but that's because I was thinking in the middle of the air there's a camera. It actually flashes when people go by, so I thought that they take pictures of you, but they don't. I went on it hoping I would get a good scrapbook picture, but they didn't take pictures. But it was all worth it. I would definitely go on it again. It was so fun and thrilling. Definitely not an everyday feeling, but Yep. So we're just walking around taking pictures. This is a postcard, our first Disney cruise, and we're just walking around the ship. There's something I love about just standing, standing, you know, and looking out onto the ocean is just so calming. I don't know why I did this pocket, but I guess I had an extra pocket. That's our room key. That's me and my son, so cute. And then, okay, so being a Disney cruise, you definitely don't expect them to lack any kid activity. It's a crazy, crazy cruise. Maybe I'll just give a bit of my insight on Disney cruise right now. I think so the whole experience, I mean, there's no complaint. If you're a child, you're pretty much in heaven when you're on a Disney cruise. But for me and my husband, I wish we went on the Disney cruise first and then went to our resort, because the resort was so calming. But Disney cruise is just crazy, and it's because kids are all on holidays. It's the summer, so the ship was full, and everywhere there was just people. We love people, but not so many people in your face all the time. So, but we definitely don't regret going, because it's for him. I mean, obviously, if we're going on a Disney cruise, it's for the child. So there's one of the rooms there. It's called the Andy's room. So it's Andy's room from Toy Story, and in there is just giant of everything. Giant toys of all the toys in the movies. It's so amazing. I could have stayed in there and played. So my son just spent so long in there, and that was Andy's bed, and that was the little car. Okay, so this I just wrote about more of the mini experience that my son was really enjoying. There are characters on the ships every single day, making appearances, taking pictures with you. So every day we would just line up. He's so patient to see the characters, and he would just run to them and take pictures with them. And there's dance parties, he meets friends, and he takes the floor. Okay, here he is, naked again. I took a picture of him, and here's him sleeping. Okay, next. Oh, okay, so here's the continuation from the last dance. And he just loves looking out the window, just relaxing. Here is the ticket to our dining, our dinner every night. I have these tickets because, long story short, my son does not sit to eat for more than 5 minutes. I'm not joking. And so we can't go to our dinners because it's a sit-down dinner. You know, it's like a 4 or 5 course meal, and we can't go, so we just go to other more casual restaurants where we can go. So we have all our meal tickets. Pictures of us. He had ice cream probably 3 times a day, because all ice creams and drinks are free on the ship, so people are going crazy. And then when he sees people eating ice cream, he wants an ice cream. I have a copy of the schedule. They have all the newest movies there. They have like 2 big movie theaters. Oh, by the way, we went on the Disney Dream. They were playing Inside Out. They were playing Ant-Man and Tomorrowland, and other older movies. But those 3 movies played every night. And we went on a 4-night cruise. And then I think this was the last night. We had food on our balcony. Yeah. And then this is Nemo's, what is called? Nemo's, Cove. And it's for little kids, and it's so fun. They're all Nemo characters, and they all spit out water, and it's just a crazy fun water park. That's on the ship, and this is a postcard I took. This is fireworks that was playing on the last night. And just more random pictures. That's him, the little rascal. And that's just me. My son and my husband were playing, and I was just sitting there eating my watermelon. And that was me. Oh yeah, so I journaled about the ice cream. I had to. That's just him being super happy eating his ice cream. And then he was dancing with Minnie. Look how, oh, here's a better view of the tube. It runs at night too. Isn't it beautiful? And on the second last night, there was a pirate party. It was crazy. Everyone was dressed up as pirate. I think it was the, well, obviously I wasn't really doing this in chronological order, but this was the last, second last day when we, the ship stopped at our final, no, not final destination, but I think all Disney cruises, they go, they eventually stop at their private island in the Bahamas called the Castaway Cay, and then they make their way back. So this was us stopping at the key, and here was us getting off the boat. Oh, I don't, you have a good picture of the boat. Oh, I do somewhere. And then, oh, it was so hot. We thought about not doing it because it was so hot. It must have been like 90 degrees out. But they had a post office there, and I said it would be so fun and memorable if we send ourselves postcards, which I did. So we got off the ship to go to the post office, and of course, we just didn't wanna. We still wanted to see the beach again. It was pretty busy, and he made so much progress on this trip because when the last time we went to a beach, which was 3 months ago, he was really afraid. But this time he actually like sat on a chair, but in the water. So kids just grow up so fast. Okay, here's just more pictures. That's me and my husband. And oh, the key, the water is just beautiful. As you could see, it's turquoise, literally. That's before we got off the boat, when the boat docked on the island. And that's just a map of the key. And baby taking a selfie. Yep. Okay. Last page now. Yeah, so that was the last day. We got off the ship at 8 a.m. and our flight wasn't until 9 p.m. at night. It's crazy. So we booked a day hotel at the Orlando airport, and we just stayed there and relaxed. And I'm not gonna get started, but let me just tell you, our flight was delayed another 4 hours. So we got home pretty much at 4 a.m. It was brutal, but it's all a part of traveling. You have to just say whatever. So obviously we had a ton of time at the airport. We just went into stores, looked at stuff. My son was on the hotel bed eating an apple, half naked. And he was taking a ton of photos. There were a lot of Disney store, of course. And he passed out before we went on the plane, obviously, and he slept through the whole way, and we were so lucky that was happening because we were just exhausted. And that's it. Thank you for watching my Disney cruise share, and I will be back for more. There's tons to do. Thanks for watching. Bye.